Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, this is WeaponCollectors Film Club. So today's film is 10 to Midnight. If you haven't already watched it, stop this video, look in the description, there's a link to watch it online.
111 clear, 124 I'll do anything for you.
How you doing, Mr. Kessler?
Enjoying yourself? I am. I told you what a dirty shit you are.
Now the whole world knows.
Right. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
To forgive is divine, they say. But I don't aspire to being an angel. Know what I mean?
You tried to kill me, I owe you for that. And I always try and pay what I owe.
Be seeing you, Mr. Kessler.
Likewise, Mr. Stacy.
Don't shoot! Get back! Get away! You can't punish me! I'm sick! One day I'll get out! One day they'll get out! That's the law! That's the law! That's the law! And I'll be back! I'll be back!
No, you won't. Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, this is WeaponCollectors Film Club. So today's film is 10 to Midnight. I hope you enjoyed my little intro and remake of the film. Took quite a while to film that, or edit it anyway. So I would just say before I go any further, don't forget to look up in the corner here somewhere to vote for next week's category, and watch till the end for the next film for the film club. Right, so yeah, 10 to Midnight. So it's a 1983 Charles Bronson cop thriller type film, similar on the same vein to sort of Death Wish. Not as good as Death Wish. I'll admit this isn't the best film I've ever seen, but it's certainly memorable. I've always remembered this. The end scenes to this are quite memorable, I think. Yeah, may have been because I watched it when I was about 12, I think, and because there's quite a lot of nudity in this as well. So anyway, so the basic plot is Charles Bronson as a policeman, detective, on the hunt for a serial killer who goes around murdering women while naked. He's quite clever, the killer. He goes into cinemas and creates a scene, sneaks out through the window, does the murders, come back, and then talks to the people again, apologises. So it looks like he was at the cinema all the time. So yeah, there's this nutter bloke. One thing I found interesting about this film, you know who the killer is pretty much from the beginning. Goes around killing people with a butterfly knife or a ballad song, which is, they've literally just been banned in this country to own now. So if you don't know that, there's a bit of news for you. But anyway, the reason I mentioned that because I was going to have a ballad song in my video, as Zombie using it, but I can't because I can't own them anymore. So yeah, he goes around killing people with a butterfly knife, killing women, and I noticed most of the women seem to be slags. Typical 80s film this is. Quite a lot of nudity. Yeah, so he gets into, the detective is trying to catch him. Charles Bronson's character finds out who it is. He pretty much knows who it is, but can't quite get him on it. So he decides to frame him, plant evidence. But it backfires when his new partner does the right thing and says, I can't be questioned and lie. So Charles Bronson's character in the end just admits it the killer gets off, Charles Bronson's character gets fired, and then it almost switches round then, so it's then, instead of the stalker stalking women, it's now Charles Bronson's character, Leo Kessler, stalking the killer, telling him what he's going to do, ringing him up and that. And at the same time, the killer is now after Leo Kessler's daughter, the detective's daughter. Yeah, and then he gets him in the end. Very good ending, as I said. I don't know about you, but if this is the first time you've watched it, did you find the end quite shocking? The whole part when he goes into the apartment killing the women is quite shocking, I think. Maybe tame in nowadays telly, but it certainly wasn't then, I don't think. Pretty good music as well, tense music, especially that end running scene when she's running away from the killer and meets up with her father. Yeah, and then he does his little rant, and then Leo shoots him in the head, and yeah, always, and then it ends. That's it, just a panning away scene of them with the police cars around. But I always thought that was a very, very good ending. I'll admit the acting's not brilliant on this. Yeah, well, Charles Bronson's never been known for, you know, a super actor anyway, but he's good. You know, you like him. He's good at doing that kind of thing. But yeah, there was one bit that made me laugh out loud. Just a weird bit. I was just watching it, and there's a bit where at the funeral, and Leo Kessler and the other detective are just about to talk to his daughter. One of the extras stands right in front of the camera. That just made me laugh, because I thought that's a terrible bit of directing, you know. It may have been on purpose, but yeah, it made me laugh. But yeah, very, very good film though. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Certainly something a bit different, quite a good story. As I said, not brilliant. It's not the most amazing film you ever see, but it's memorable. I tell you, I always remembered 10 to Midnight. Always been a fan of Charles Bronson. But yeah, that end bit when he shoots him in the head, it shocks you, I think. So I hope that shocked you as well, and I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, not really a lot to talk about on this one, other than that, because as I said, there's not a lot to this one. But yeah, well worth watching. So right, yeah, don't forget to look at the poll to vote for next week's category, and watch till the end to see what next week's film is. Right, I hope you enjoyed 10 to Midnight, because it's always been one of those that's been in my memory for that ending and that last murder spree scene. Always quite memorable, I think. Right, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out the links and all that. See you later. Before you leave, if you ever wanted to support this channel, you can now via Patreon or by shopping at Amazon.com and Gearbest. There's more info below if you need that. Remember, if you want to get full notifications for this channel, click the bell, and I'll see you later. Cheers.